What's up, guys? We're back again with the best Royal Giant deck in Clash Royale. Professional players were preferring to play this with all of the competitive tournaments going on and a top ladder at the end of the season finish. So when all the money was on the line, when all the pride was on the line, they chose this. Skeleton King plus Tombstone is some of the best card synergies in Clash Royale. When you defend with the Tombstone skeletons, they get recycled to the Skeleton King, so then you can throw them back at your opponent on offense. And if you're lucky enough to play against an Electro Giant, Golem, or Giant deck, they're going to get shredded by the Hunter, Tombstone, and Fisherman to activate King Tower. It's literally just a free win. If your opponent's got a P.E.K.K.A, Mini P.E.K.K.A, or a building like Inferno Tower, they're going to have a ton of trouble ever locking onto your Royal Giant. If you just pop the Skeleton King ability and swarm your Royal Giant with skeletons, your opponent's going to be perpetually distracted and not have a good time. At the start of the video today, I'm going to be jumping into some challenges because a lot of you guys have not unlocked Skeleton King yet. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to be jumping into some ladder matches, showing you guys how it's played at around 7,000 trophies. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert dominance with the best Royal Giant deck in Clash Royale. I upload daily videos on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss out. And a huge thanks to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG, making this channel possible. All right, so jumping into this game against Tony, first things first, you guys already know the deal. I want to go for a Tombstone and just get a lot of skeletons on the field. If I can get the Soul Sucker, aka the Vacuum Cleaner Skeleton King, we're going to be able to collect all the souls and throw the skeletons back at our opponent. All these skeletons that you are seeing dying, they're not actually dying. They're about to get reincarnated in a different form. We're out here. So I want to go for a Skeleton King and then go for a Royal Giant because look at all the skeletons dying. This is really good for us. You might be like, wait, that Tombstone was a complete waste. But in reality, it was the best experience ever. I can Fisherman and then pull it into the skeletons and the Skeleton King and get it away from us. Oh, that was well played on our opponent's end. But if he starts to spam into a Skeleton King ability, he's going to have no ability of shutting this down, you know? That's how it goes, brother. I think with the skeleton spawning and then maybe even having a lightning here, we can get a direct damage on the tower. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Look at the skeleton soaking up the damage and then even allowing us a bit of a reset on the tower for one extra skeleton hit at the end. That's beautiful. Currently, double the amount of HP that our opponent has. And looking at his deck, Electro Wizard, Prince, Mega Minion, Miner. Probably a Giant Miner deck, right? If I had to guess, that's going to be the case. So you're going to have Tombstone, you're going to have Electro Spirit, and then you're also going to have Log. Each of those to reset or distract the princes. You're going to be in a pretty good spot if you're going to have this matchup. And yeah, there's the Giant. But usually in this type of situation, it's going to be imperative for me to go in for the Tombstone early on, just to make sure that my opponent has to go in for princes and stuff that, you know, it's not going to be very good into that. So when he does, he's going to get distracted and dismantled. That Dark Prince, even though it does splash damage, is not that big of a deal. I can go for a Fisherman here and then have the Hunter as well to target the Giant. So, oh wait, wow, we pulled it pretty far. That's pretty funny. I'm going to go for a Skeleton King and then I can go in for another Royal Giant at the river. Reason why I want to play so aggressive with the RG is because I know that my Hunter will be able to pop off and finish that off with Skeleton King. I don't need to spend too much extra elixir here. He doesn't even have much besides like a Mega Minion, so I think it's better off lightning instead of dropping the ability. Why not just lightning to finish off the Mega Minion and keep the Skeleton King alive? Oh no! Guys, I gotta be honest with y'all. If I got that Skeleton King ability down, there was no way for him to defend. He didn't have any small spells anymore, and he also had very little elixir because he also catapulted a Miner at me when he was barely at any elixir at all. So this guy is a wild child. I'm going to go for a Tombstone on top of the rest of the Prince. I think I can follow up with another Skeleton King here on the right-hand side or the left, depending on where I want to go. If I can kill all of the spam at the river a bit faster, then the Giant is just left there all alone. The Giant has no friends. He has no companions. He's just chilling there all by himself. This is really fun. Oh my gosh. I feel a little bit toxic, but at the same time, like, you guys got to love it. You know, you got to enjoy the experience of playing Clash Royale. It's a game after all, right? And if you're memeing around and doing different type of strategies and filling up your Skeleton King so then you can have a nice, delicious dinner on your opponent, there's no better feeling. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. I love playing this deck. It is so satisfying. Hey, so jumping into this one, we're going to see what this guy's got. I never want to make the first move with this deck, especially if we're playing against a Logbait Sir. Usually, you slip your way onto double elixir, and then you can dominate with this deck. Strive to survive until you can dominate and double. And that's the motto. Oh, wait, what the heck? Okay, so this might be a version where he's got Mirror Goblin Barrel, and I do not want to play against that, especially if he's going to end up having two buildings with an Inferno Tower and a Furnace. This could be the most difficult matchup that we're going to be playing against all day. So, you know what? Let's just get it right out of the way at the start, you know, and then start to get better karma as day goes on. I'm going to go for the Skeleton King early on because I want to collect as many souls as possible, and then going for a Tombstone afterward. Yo, he's got the exact deck I didn't want to play against. He's using the Scuffed Magic Archer play. Oh, wait, never mind. The bowler didn't lock onto my tower. That's for the first time in its life where the bowler at the river hasn't hit my tower. It was like 1 millimeter away from just destroying my dreams. It is what it is. I'll take that trade and we'll bounce on. That's a level 13 bowler. That is a nice bowler. That boy is level 13 and ready to be very, very mean. I think I want to go for an Electro Spirit here and then log on top of the Goblin Barrel and then try to activate King Tower with my Fisherman.
One custard pie? Let me have it.
I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but it's very fun to use Fisherman. It's one of the most underrated cards in Clash Royale, in my opinion. So, you know what? Now the bowler finally extends far enough. That's a vibe. I'm going to Lightning here. I think that the Fisherman is able to kill the Fire Spirit. I don't know if it does. Yeah, let's go. So it's a little bit of stun every single time for a lot of fun for the Fisherman. If you can get some stuns on the Sparky to finish it off just in a split second, or maybe even a Fire Spirit or any type of Spirit, then the Fisherman's going to be your spirit animal. He's one of the best cards just for that little bit of action that people don't expect. All right, so I'm going to go for a Skeleton King because it doesn't get knocked back by the bowler. Only thing I dislike about this is I need to go and pull like the bowler to the middle of the map with the Fisherman. I think it's going to lock it on the wrong stuff. So not a huge fan of how this is going down. But if I go for a Hunter off to the side, then we know that that bowler is still not able to hit my tower, so that's a vibe. Are going to go and pull it. I think he's going to have Inferno Tower. Usually this deck does have Inferno Tower, so I'm going to go for a Royal Giant on the other side. I can Lightning on top of everything here. Wait, this could work out so well. No way. So yeah, that's really bad to see a Minion Horde. That's terrible to see a Minion Horde. But this is working out a lot better than I thought it would. Because Minion Horde in this deck, it's not necessarily easy to deal with. But if he's getting damage on the side that he doesn't want to get damage, it's going to be pretty good for us. Because even damage on both sides. We're currently winning the game. Despite this not looking so hot, we are figuring out a way to endure the Crucible. So if I go for a Skeleton King again in the back, I likely need to start to get lightning chip damage on the tower. It's really hard to find ways through in any other situation. Maybe I can go for a Royal Giant here, just so the bowler doesn't lock onto what he wants it to. And then we can get splash damage on the bowler as well. It's working out okay. It's not great, but it is what it is. You know, you got to find your way. You got to find your happy stance. If I go for an Electro Spear in the back, it's not necessarily going to give us too much value, but I want to be able to kill his Minion Horde when he drops it at the river. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for a Hunter here. I'm going to predict that he goes in for a Minion Horde, and I'm not going to spend any Elixir on the Goblin Barrel. I think I made a mess up, but I'm going to log on top of the Rascal so then he has no damage per second. Maybe the Royal Giant gives us at least one hit here. You know what? We vibe with that. The Hunter's still alive. I can eat the Fire Spirit. Maybe I can Lightning here as well. It's kind of scuffed, but I'll roll with it. I'll definitely roll with it. The Electro Spirit is going to put in some work. I can go in for another Fisher Boy here and then go in for a Hunter off to the side. So the only thing that's tragic is the Minion locking onto my tower there. But no Minion Horde for a long time. Doesn't even seem like he's going to have the variation with Inferno Tower as well. So I can log, maybe go for a Lightning depending on what happens. If he's not going for a Goblin Barrel, then he's just wasting his opportunity right now because we don't have log and cycle. This is working out way better than I thought it would. Can I Lightning on top of the bowler? I think I can. Wait! No way, Skeleton King! You're out of your mind! You are splashing through the bowler and hitting the tower. How is the bowler not thick enough to absorb all the shots there? It's incredibly difficult to win that matchup, specifically because I have no good answer to the Mirror Goblin Barrel and absolutely no way of dealing with Minion Horde. If he just drops Minion Horde, I guess my Hunter and Electro Spirit need to be in card cycle and somehow also need to lock onto it simultaneously. Which means I need every single star in the solar system to align correctly to finish off the Minion Horde. Super stoked to win that one. Let's bounce on the next game. Let's get into this game. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's happening. I want to throw down my Royal Giant, but he's not really spamming a P.E.K.K.A in the back or anything like that, so I don't have the opportunity to. Hey, that's awesome. I love seeing the little piggies into the Skeleton King. We're going to suck up all those piggy souls like the vacuum cleaner he is. So I'm ready to roll right through with the skeletons and spam him in every single angle. I think that if we can use the Skeleton King ability, this will be able to pop off on the Royal recruits, and then I can go in for a log as well. This is working out really well for me, guys. I'm able to break through. Are you kidding me? I broke through Royal recruits on his side of the map with a Royal Giant and a Skeleton King. I didn't have anything else but supporting me than the Skeleton King. That was the only card that I had in my entire deck to do damage to recruits. If that doesn't show you how fundamentally overpowered Skeleton King is with Royal Giant, especially if your opponent has like a P.E.K.K.A or Elite Barbarians that's supposed to swarm, the Royal Giant just gets distracted by the skeletons, you just win, you know? It's stupid. The one thing that's bad in this matchup is the really obnoxious and super overpowered Fly Machine. That's the only card that I don't want to play against. And the reason is, if you play against Fly Machine and you Lightning and then he has Royal Recruits, you're going to hit the Recruits instead of the Fly Machine every single time. So this matchup, if we get to late game and he stacks up a lot of Fly Machines, it could be really bad. It's not necessarily the vibe for us. But if we can get a Skeleton King down, pop the ability, and then have a Rail Giant with it, I'm totally with it here. That's the power. So I want to go for a Skeleton King in the back. So if our unit dies like the Fisherman, we're going to collect more souls. Just want to do that as early as possible. Even if you're not maxed out on Elixir, you want to cycle your Skeleton King a bit earlier than your other cards. I think I can eat the damage from the Zappy on the other side because it's not as much as he has in the right-hand lane. So not that big of a deal. I think he's going to go for Recruit. So I want to go for an Electro Spirit, and then I want to log. Can you get the Electro Spirit to chain on to everything? That's totally going to be a vibe. Yo, Electro Spirit, can you just chain on to stuff, please? All right, thank you for listening to me, finally. All right, I'm going to go in for the Tombstone here, and then I'm going to go in for... I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I have to eat that damage and then go for a High Fisherman, and then go in for a Hunter afterward. And the reason why we're playing so, defensive and superstitious is because... I don't know. I don't believe in this guy. I feel like he's just going to spam stuff at the river at every single angle. If I don't have enough elixir, I'm going to lose the game. So I'm just going to hold tight and pray that we have the might of defense. If I mess up once, then I know that I will lose the game. So that's the only difficulty here is Recruits has some of the best counter pressure in the entire facility of Clash Royale. If you want to play against a deck that has a very, very scary counter pressure in every single situation, it's going to be with this Recruits deck. So I'll go for an Electro Spirit, and then I think I need to hold the Skeleton King, and then maybe even go in for a Hunter afterward for massive splash damage on defense. Yo, the Skeleton King is super thick, but I'm very scared of that Golden Knight locking on my tower. It's definitely locking on my tower. Can I stop it? Oh, let's go. I can't believe it decided to target my Skeleton King at the end. The King demanded the Golden Knight's attention, and the Golden Knight just couldn't look away. Hey, so we're going to be testing this deck out on ladder for you guys, too. In case you don't want to play Classic Challenges and you want to play this on ladder, it vibes ahead there, too. You can potentially run Giant Skeleton instead of running the Skeleton King if you really wanted to, but... for the most part, you want to be playing this in challenges to level up your cards, so then you can eventually unlock your Skeleton King of your own if you don't have it leveled up. Also, I love the fact that their opponent dedicates so much elixir to activate King Tower there, and he's like, oh, wait, and against a Royal Giant deck now, and it's not going to matter. It does matter in some situations because we do have Skeleton King, but for the most part, you can cycle your Electro Spirit a lot more liberally than you can with other decks. This guy is definitely going to have a Graveyard deck. I think that Graveyard is one of the easiest decks to play in Clash Royale, so it's no surprise that people are playing that all over ladder. I want to go in for a log on top of the Tombstone if that's going to be the case. Yeah, there's the Tombstone. We just want one shot, so then the log is able to finish off all of the skeletons. And then, if he tornadoes, then we can click the... oh. I guess we want a Lightning here, if we can get enough elixir too. I'm not going to click the ability because we're not going to be able to break through an Ice Wizard with the Knight tanking, so it's just not necessarily going to be worth it here. We are up a lot of damage, though, getting that juicy value, so we'll vibe with what we got. I can go in for a Fisherman, and then we can go in for an Electro Spirit here. The Electro Spirit's going to take up an Ice Wizard hit as well, so then the Fisherman's not going to take too much damage. I don't like that the Ice Wizard didn't target the Fisherman that was right in front of him. What was the Ice Wizard doing there? Why'd the Ice Wizard grow a brain? I thought he was, like, brain frozen or something. I don't know. It was pretty wild that he was able to pull that off. Anyway, credit to our opponent somehow finding his way through and getting damage where he wasn't supposed to. I'm going to go in for a Skeleton King when I get the chance. I love going in for Tombstones behind my tower so then we can bait out the poison. And then if they poison, they're like, oh, wait. I probably should have saved my elixir for the Royal Giant coming at us. So a lot of times you can get people to make bad plays like that. I'm going to Royal Giant here, and then I want a Lightning on top of the Knight and also the Ice Wizard if possible. If I can hit the Knight, Ice Wizard, and the Tombstone, that would be such a vibe. So I'm going to try to hit it right now. Oh my gosh, I could have. That was really close. I'm going to click the Skeleton King ability, and I'm going to log. Reason why I'm going to click the ability is because I want to distract his Ice Wizard. If the Skeletons are going to kill the Ice Wizard and maybe even do some damage to the Knight, that is totally going to be a vibe. So high probability that this guy's going to go in, so I want to go and pull it a little bit before he's ready. I want him to get absolutely dismantled. Or maybe he doesn't have Elixir. Yo, he doesn't have Elixir, actually. So I can go for an Electro Spirit again and then Lightning if he goes in for an Ice Wizard. If he goes in for a Tombstone, that's still going to be fine. I do want to be able to finish this off with a log so then the Skeletons don't get as much damage. And he's spending a ton of Elixir right now. He's barely able to shut that down. The Ice Wizard goes from the wrong side. That allows me to go full force with my Hunter at the river and then go in for another Royal Giant. So if the Ice Wizard is going on the other side, I'm not going to respond to it, obviously. Why would I do that to myself? I'm going to go in for a Lightning on top of the Baby Dragon and also the Knight here, and I think that we can break through and do even more damage. If I'm able to finish off the Baby Dragon, that's totally going to be a vibe because then I won't have to worry about too much counter push. And I'll go for a Fisherman. I guess he's going to Graveyard. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't Graveyard because he knows I've got Hunter. Oh, are you not going to Graveyard or are you going to Graveyard? I'm so confused, Bo. I'm so confused. Oh, that didn't get the hit. No, the Ice Wizard's still alive. For whatever reason, that Ice Wizard just was wanting to haunt me or something. That's spooky. I don't know if you guys have ever had to deal with that, where a card's just right about to die and then it doesn't. It's like, oh, you're just going to take 1,000,000 damage now, Jake. Wait, we've done so much to his tower. This is ridiculous. Can I just click the ability? I think I just click the ability right now, and then I go in for a lightning on top of his units and don't even go for an RG. Because if I can kill his units and get damage on the tower, it's way better because it limits his counter push potential. If he's able to defend with like some miracle play of going in for, like, hypothetically, an Ice Wizard tornado defense and then has all these units counter pushing, I could lose the game. But I'm not going to play it like that, guys. We're just going to log twice, we're going to lightning again, and we're going to win the game. And that's how it's meant to be. And that's how we do what we do. So I'm going to go for a Fisher Boy. I'm going to go for the Tombstone, as we said before. I think that's a really good play in the back. So then when they go in for a Graveyard, you don't get that much value. You've got Electro Spirit as well, and then you just log and win the game. So that's how we're going to play, and we have found our way. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. I think that I can Lightning first, so then I don't want to make the tower lower, so then the Lightning doesn't target the tower. Hypothetically, if you got like a Knight, Baby Dragon, Ice Wizard, and we made the tower super, super low with our logs, the Lightning would target his units instead of the tower. Jumping into this one against iCrispy, if we're playing against the crispiest sir, he's going to get absolutely fried today. Seriously, if you're running Golem and you're playing into a Tombstone and you're running Fisherman, I got to say that your clan description is completely inaccurate in that situation, so I'm here for it. I really want to be a Golem deck. Also, look at that. That Barb Barrel is going to get shut down by Tombstone, and we still have the Tombstone on the map. So you can't apply aggression on either side because Tombstone's just going to pull everything every which way. And then we're going to have our day with the Skeleton King collecting all the Skeleton Souls. Wait, I might be better off going for a Fisher Boy, pulling the Dark Prince to our side of the map so that it doesn't get a charge on top of the giant. Ooh, yeah, this is really good. I'm going to Lightning. This is worth it. If I kill all of his stuff and then I have a full Skeleton King near his tower, there's no way he's getting out of this one alive. This is amazing. He's going to have to Barb Barrel. He's going to take so much damage from the skeletons. Oh, he's going to Tornado instead, and then the Fisherman locks onto the tower for a couple fish slaps. Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey, what happened?
This is one of those decks that it's disgusting, you know? Like, you don't even need to go for the Royal Giant as a win condition. It's evolved to the point where champions kind of completely control the game. If you guys have champions and you're not running them in your deck, you are at a severe disadvantage to every opponent that you play against. That's why at top ladder or even like around 7,000 trophies, everyone's going to be running Fisherman plus like Giant Skeleton plus Skeleton King or Archer Queen or Golden Knight. You know, like they're not going to be running the standard versions that you see every single day with Fireball Fast Cycle anymore if they can have a choice not to. So I'm going to go in for the Skeleton King in the back, and we'll see if this guy decides going for a Golem in the back or if he just decides to spam into us again. Because if you do that, I can Lightning as well. And then I make sure that your cannon cart is, yeah, it's going to decompose. It's going to be able to kill my stuff. I'm not going to spend any extra elixir here. But at the same time, like, you are losing this battle very hard right now. If I Rail Giant the other side, now you don't have cannon cart to support that. I can activate King Tower with my Fisherman. There's so many different possibilities available for me, so I'm here for it. The entire step of the way, we're going to have a lot of fun. So one thing that I want to do is I want to go in for a Skeleton King here, so then I can guarantee that I'm able to go and pull the Golem first. That's the only priority that I have, to be honest. And then I can go for a Lightning. I hope that I hit the Dark Prince as well. If I don't, it's not that big of a deal. The Dark Prince will die. Activating King Tower is a priority. Then I Electro Spirit, so then the Baby Dragon dies. He hasn't done any damage to my towers. This is just how this game works. You activate King Tower, and then you spam your stuff, and you're like, hey, if you've got a Royal Giant deck, you lose to me. If you've got a Golem deck, you lose to me. If you've got a Giant deck, you lose to me. There isn't a single beatdown deck that has a good matchup into this deck. Only thing that could maybe have a good matchup is like a Lovehound deck, but since you have a 3-card cycle with a Skeleton King, you're generally fine. The only thing that's bad is if they've got like Skeleton Dragons, then you have to Fireball them. That's not very fun, but literally the only bad matchup that I've faced. So we're going to go and pull the Golem again, and then I think that the Golem's going to pop, and it's not going to be able to get death damage on what he wants. And then we can go in for another Royal Giant here. I've got Electro Spirit. I think the Baby Dragon's going to die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for a Lightning on top of the cannon cart and his spam on the right-hand side. I think that would be our best bet. Oh, yeah. So he's going to Dark Prince instead. That's even better because now the Dark Prince gets pulled, the Mega Minion dies, and that's enough damage for me to walk away and win. GG, well played, and peace out. There's really nothing you can do in this matchup, and, you know, you shouldn't really be ashamed because you played it about as well as you possibly could have. There's literally no opportunity for you to break through. As long as I have a Tombstone and a Fisherman, I'm going to be able to seal the deal on defense every single time. As you guys can see, there's a reason that a ton of top ladder players are playing this deck. You crush Hog Riders, you crush Golems, you crush Electro Giants. There are so many free wins with this deck. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.